And welcome everyone to game number 2 of Declan versus Murto. With me is Marn as well.
Keeping a company, so scared we wouldn't get bored.
Yes! Don't want to get bored, although it's hard to get bored when casting the regular games. Now, I forgot to mention that the previous map on Behind the Veil in the previous video is Murto's map choice. So for this game we do have Declan picking this map here called Northwest Passage, which is a pretty straightforward map, and but still it's very popular. Some interesting to see if Declan has a particular strategy, or he's probably more confident in this map than the previous one.
Yeah, I know a lot of players on this map, they like to move their city a little further, and then they can have one refinery in between the two primary ore patches, while have two separate ones for the ones that you have further off.
Yes, that's actually not too bad, because this is a lot of ore, but still there's going to be, when that is harvested, then the ore refinery becomes a little bit redundant. Oh! Murto is actually camping the barracks there, forcing a flame tower out of Declan. He does this a lot. If you build the barracks second, then definitely, or in this case, moving out, don't have one infantry behind that barracks, then the dogs just gonna come in here and camp you.
Yep, and that could be... Yeah, that could be fatal, because if you're not paying attention and you're still building infantry, your infantry just dies instantaneously.
Okay, come out one by one and just feeding the dog, like a dispenser.
Yep.
Let's see, yeah, I guess they both want to go for the war factory first.
Yeah, again, very similar, and not so similar in terms of, like, the canal is the only difference so far, but like, as far as build goes, again, very similar.
Yeah, very much indeed. I like the Murto's position of his rifle infantry. It functions as spotters, while the clown does not do so. He had a couple of infantry there to scout the base, and then just goes home. And
yeah, the clan has he did scouted more of the map, so they're playing with Shroud on.
Yeah,
just to mention.
Of course, both are familiar with the map, but I'm not sure. I haven't actually seen Murto play this map before, so although he probably get a good idea on what this map is all about, but it's not going to be 100% aware of all the paths, the length of the ridges and so forth. But Murto is just going to stay behind as always. I don't really expect him to try to do some sneaky play.
Yeah, this is a fairly straightforward map. This is like a tournament-style arena map. It's very symmetrical from corner to corner.
Yeah.
But both sides are absolutely equal. Besides the refinery placement, of course, but
yeah, but it's still completely fine. Yeah.
Yeah, visually it's symmetrical.
It's funny that the good thing about the ore patches in this map is that you can place the ore refinery besides it on all ore patches. So, with the exception of maybe one, like you can see Murto building now on the top there of his base. So you can still have it next to the ore field. So that kind of negates the disadvantage of starting south.
Yeah, but both players have the same advantages and disadvantages when it comes to ore patches.
Exactly.
So it's very similar in terms of that.
Exactly. So the viewers, if you don't know what we're talking about, is that in general, when you're making maps, you will have the southern player with an advantage simply because you can place the ore refinery. Oh, excuse me, I meant disadvantage. The south players will have to place his refinery below it, which means the ore trucks will have to go around the entire ore refinery and have a couple of cells to get back to unload that ore. So you gotta be careful with that when you're making map on Red Alert, or I guess OpenRA in general.
It's best to put your ore patches on the side so that by both players on both sides can equally place the refinery next to it.
Exactly.
Oh, quick scout from Declan through Murto's base.
Yep. Same opener as always. Radar dome and airfield. I was kind of surprised by this, but I know that
And
I know that Murto likes the axe and the V2s lately.
Yep. Murto also scouted Declan's base, but Declan did squeeze out a Tesla coil, so that took care of that.
Yeah. The APC of Murto is going to always have like at least one APC to go in and scout. Just have a look at the expansions.
They're fast, they can squish infantry, they have machine gun, why not?
You get quite a bit of armor, actually. Like you really need a Tesla coil or a few shots of the rocket soldiers to kill it off. It doesn't really die quickly.
Yeah, which makes it fairly efficient to crush infantry.
Exactly. First act for both players, and they both are going straight for the enemy bases. Oh yeah, they're just looking for expansions. Nobody really expanded. That's actually surprising. On this map, it's really powerful to get hold of one of the middle ore patches right away and try to fortify it a bit. That's really intimidating because also it's closer to your own base, so you get there and get your expansion up. But I guess with the Radar Dome tech, which is really expensive, it's not going to happen anytime soon. Declan has built a service depot. Maybe he's going to expand first, maybe?
What I found unique on this map is when you do expand in the middle, you have to choose one of the sides. There is no necessarily, you know, take middle or die. There is two middles on this map. There's two big ore patches in one corner and two big ore patches on the other corner. So
Exactly.
and they're really far away from each other, so you can't have them both. You have to decide early on, at least, until you have another expansion. But by then, your opponent will probably have his own expansion.
Yeah, and Murto expanded there, but that's his original MCV. Now Declan built his next MCV to expand with that one. Now it's going to be interesting because now they both have their own sides. They're both going to build their infrastructure in the middle. It's just going to be about engagement. The player with the better engagement is going to definitely go in there and take the advanced here. Oh!
Oh,
Okay.
Shockies.
Oh
You don't wanna
god,
go into
already
that?
the Shockies are in here. I think the clan, because the clan built a service depot, he did not build the freaking tech center to get these Shockies up. So it might just be that, yeah, the clan's going to have to move back here immediately.
Oh,
Ooh!
Marta just crushed all of his
Pretty good.
Oh, that was...
Oh no, the clan have to move back all his harvesters and his construction out if he's going to have any chance of this. This is terrible. This is terrible.
Yeah.
Okay, there's Tesla coil, but that's not going to matter at all.
This Conyard's dead.
Yeah. Well, okay, it's going to sacrifice a harvester to tank for it. Kill it off. See, now the service depot is completely negated for the clan, unfortunately. And the shock troopers just keep on churning for Murto. Is this looking bad? Man.
Flak tracks versus Tesla tanks.
Interesting matchup. Yeah, the clan just have to turtle, try to get a base up. Ah, he's building another MCV. So Murto just built one. He didn't build an MCV, just moved his original MCV, just entirely skipped the service depot and the tanks and whatever, just went straight for the Tesla tank, which is possible. But say for example, if the clan were to go for the service depot first and get a regular army out, and that would kind of counter what Murto was doing early game. But their build was mirrored. Also keep in mind that Murto is one of the best players on OpenRA, so it's kind of hard to outplay him. So
Okay, the clan deployed another MCV on the bottom.
yeah,
Another refinery. See how that goes.
yeah, it's gonna have to hold it. Murto's infantry is rather spread, so he should be able to hold this base without too much problem. But it's gonna have to get his own shock troopers very soon. He can't rely on infantry and yaks on this. Oh god. And so many harvesters is going down to tank for the infantry. He still has a lot of harvesters left. Losing one up on the top right, so I'm not sure.
It's a loss. Oh, one soul shocky on the field. Trying to tank that mobile flag, but he lost.
He lost it. Oh god, so another ore truck down for Declan. This is terrible.
Declan's ore trucks just decided to take a trip through to Murto's field.
Yeah. I guess that's because the ore field of Murto here is, what, is it like 15 cells on which the ore truck will move further and get another ore patch?
Yeah, they have like a scan radius. I'm not sure what are the numbers for Red Alert currently.
Yeah, I think it was 15
But yeah,
cells. So
it's 15. Yeah, it should be 50 or 25. I can't remember for sure.
yeah. So it's kind of dangerous. Get a micro euro harvesters. But he keeps building refineries. So the problem is that he's going to have to get his harvesters back, but then he won't get the tech center. So Murto can just continue this this harassment forever. And you also have the oh god, he has complete map control here with his yaks as
Yeah,
well.
Murto's moving on the bottom with his army of civilians and shock troopers.
There's nothing there to stop them.
Civilians are gonna shoot you.
Yeah. Ooh. The bottom, we just saw a dog just eating up a power drop.
What I find funny about civilians is they actually tank really well turrets, or just tanks in general, because of how fast they run. The tanks just miss all the time.
They miss all the time and they can just run
Yeah.
around forever. Oh yeah. Even the power drops are very nicely synced.
Yeah, Murto has his power drop on the top left.
Yeah.
Trying to poke at his advanced power plant.
Exactly. Oh, Declan is building heavy tanks now. It's not what you need with this.
Not something you build against shock army.
No, doesn't really
They're
work.
slow. By the time they reach their target, they'll get zapped.
Yeah. I figured like what you want to do against this is as Soviet, of course you're going to have the first Soviet player who takes up to the shock trooper is going to have a huge advantage, unless you are a micro god, or if you're Ukraine, nuke trucks. Oh god.
Nuke trucks or yaks with V2s.
Yeah. Yak with V2s can do major value damage against this. Ah, these ore trucks are trapped. Okay, this is it. This is Declan doesn't have anything anymore. Okay, there's his tech center, but it's way too late. Murto's economy is just off the hooks, and Declan is not.
Yeah, the clan has only one harvester on his middle expansion. It's
Yeah.
not a lot at all.
Oh, here comes Murto's Yaks can snipe the tech center. Bam.
There goes.
Even that's denied now. That first minute it came up, it got shot down.
No casualties.
No casualties. Oh, ow, ow, ow. Okay, here comes a strife by the clan. What is this going to do? Maybe we should pick up that mobile flag so we can just move freely, because there's no rocket soldiers in this army of Murto. And oh man.
Oh, Murto's harassing the clan's economy even more. Destroying one more ore truck. He is sitting on one ore truck now, is he? Is he
Yeah.
not?
It's just a matter of time before we see the GG at this point. I hope this isn't one of the games. Okay, never mind. GG.
GG.
Yeah. Oh man. Shock troopers, man. Freaking shock troopers. And Murto got the shock trooper tech first and won the game. That's how the game went.
Yep.
Yeah.
Murto harassed his economy, and the clan's harvesters or trucks just went and suicided.
Yeah. Just melted. So
Yeah.
like
They went for the wrong field at the wrong time and got melted.
exactly. So all the resources that the clan was putting into these two MCVs that were built, you know, Murto just didn't care about the service depot. Yeah, he doesn't even have it now. He never cared about it, so he just went straight for that airfield and could continue to that second center and using that original MCV to expand. Pretty greedy by Murto in that case, but with the Tesla check, you can't you you could expect to do the damage unless you have an opponent which can punish you.
Yeah, that's an interesting strategy to completely miss your service depot and just go for tech instead.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, for Murto it works. But for yeah, for more regular players, I don't really recommend this. But I mean, watch these games and learn from it. Definitely something that can be worthy of experimentation.
Yeah, this kind of build is dangerous because if you will not use your Tesla tanks to their full potential, you're investing into something that you're not going to be efficient with.
Exactly. Those are 1,350 per tank, and yeah, you can see that Murto is he knows how to use this without losing too much of it, because even the shock troopers cost like 400 a piece. So pretty expensive tech, but as you can see, Murto sacrifices his service depot tech for this build. So
currently the perk of Tesla tanks is they're really tanky.
Yeah.
So they could potentially replace your main battle tank if you want.
Exactly.
And they cost almost the same as heavy tanks, so why not?
Yeah.
Right.
Alright, so that was the second game in the round 5 of the Red Alert Global League between Murto and Declan. And Murto, he's picking up the points, and I believe after this round 6 he's going to be on par with 5 aces. So it's going to be, I think it's going to be 5 aces versus Murto all the way to the top, to the end, I mean. So that's going to be
brutal.
Yeah, I think it's like 3 rounds until we have like 5 aces versus Murto. Everybody's waiting for that one. So that's the end of this video, I think. So thanks, Marn, for sticking with me in these couple of casts.
You're welcome. Good game. Good fight. Good night.
Good fight. Good night. See ya.